Hi, hey, and all those other greetings, Spade Adventurers. Welcome back to Spade Gals Productions Game and Boxing channel with me, Jake Spins, who also owns and creates on Spade Gals Original with Girls Cyclones, Quincore, Florali, and Vlogs. Now, I was going to do this sooner, except for the fact that I was actually doing some SGO stuff, believe it or not, as well as putting up an unboxing, which... crazy, right? I'm actually doing that stuff, which I never end up doing. Either way, though, ignored the air conditioning in the background. Sorry about that. Sometimes it just happens. Either way, though, I'm excited because a package arrived just the other day. And now that I think about it, I was going to change shirts for this, but I forgot. So you guys are just going to have to go with Zelda. Either way, though, now you know it's not a Zelda reference thing. And oh boy, I now have a ringing in my ear. Anyway, though, let's try to do this unboxing and do it well. So one thing that I noticed about this box as I was taking off the address part is the fact that for some reason, okay, dent. Does somebody have like a vendetta against this package? There's a fourth dent. I've counted a good 5 dents in this. Like 5 or 6 dents. I don't understand. Does somebody not like me having this? I don't know. But before we find out, let's open this. Let's open this before something bad happens. Granted, I have scissors, and this seems very tight-knit, so I'm a little bit nervous that I might end up slipping with the scissors, because as I mentioned to one of my family members, scissors are actually just 2 knives put together. Like, everybody's just like, oh, they're scissors. It's okay for a kid to handle them. But the reason why there's kiddie scissors is because when you really think about it, it's just 2 knives that are put together. Yes, I do have a lot of time to think about this. But like when you're cutting things with scissors, you also have time to think. And I was like, huh. Scissors are just blades, and they're just 2 put together. That's all they are. With the outsides thankfully smoothened. Could you imagine if they were just like 2 slabs of metal that were put together and you just couldn't touch the sides whatsoever? Like, you just can't touch the insides, but you can touch the sides. And with kitty scissors, it's even more safe because it hardly cuts anything, and also because it's got the outsides covered. Why are we talking about kitty scissors? I don't know. It's a lot better than other things we can be talking about, considering what could have possibly happened to this box. But I'm just going to assume that it was like a shipping mishap and other boxes were hitting it, and not like some crazy guy had a vendetta against me, because that would be horrifying. Yeah, just the thank you for shopping thing. And here we go, the box. We've opened it up. No, I'm kidding. What do we get in the box? Paper. Just gonna toss that back. Ooh. Ooh. I forgot what figure I ordered, but man, this looks like it's gonna be fun. That's right. For my first ever male anime figure unboxing, I do have another. I just haven't opened it yet. But for the first male figure unboxing, believe it or not, I didn't have a Kirito figure, which just seemed wrong. And I bought this with the Yuki figure. And both of them together, it was like $25. And they were both unreleased. So this is the earliest time to get this figure, which is even more awesome. Oh, I can just unbubble wrap it. Woo! I guess that works. God. It looked like it was just like a black box on the sides, but look at how nice that looks. And then, of course, all of this nice, pristine, clean looking stuff, and then tape. I don't understand that aspect of it. Like, this high manufactured thing, and then it's like, oh, well, it's put together with tape. I mean, if you're going to ship it, I guess, like, it doesn't really matter. But, like, this... See, these are the things that you can't look at, because that's probably where they cut production costs, because these figures always look so dang nice. And it would look nicer if I actually held it up to the camera. Because I noticed that in the unboxing, is that I never had them up to the camera. But to be fair, I'm trying to be as careful as I can, and I don't have a table in front of me. Maybe I should have a table in front of me. Anyway, though, we have talked about Kirito before, and I found out, I looked up his name, and it is Kirigaya. That's the last one. Why did I forget? Kazuto Kirigaya. And I was always like, where did he get Kirito from? Because they always said he derived it from his name. I was like, what? How? And I realized, oh, it's the first part of Kirigaya, because you say the last name in Japanese first and then the first name. So he took the 3 letters of Kirigaya and then the last one of Kazuto, and then he got Kirito from that. Because I always thought it was spelled with T's. I didn't realize it was spelled with an R. So that's interesting. Whoa. Okay. That's forward. Okay. I want you all to know this is what I pulled out of the thing. Just a pair of legs. That's all you need in an anime figure, is just the legs. That they sold me already. No, I'm kidding. Okay, well, since the most important part would be making sure the figure can stand, let's actually open the legs, the forward part of the figure. Onward to victory! Well, I guess it would make sense to open the stand. Wow, that really is far apart. I've never had a figure that had like a stance like this, so I've never had one where the pegs are this far apart on the stand. That's really interesting, and it has like that new figure smell. I mean, it smells a little more plasticky than a new game smell. And I mean, it's not as welcoming, but just the memory of being able to be like, that's what it smelled like when I opened this figure. Okay, when I took Kirito's legs out of the bag. Why am I still allowed on the internet? I don't know. Either way, though, let's put his legs on here. And this is actually a little bigger than I thought. I thought it was going to be a little smaller. Can I? Jeez. It's a black stand with black shoes in a dark, well, like, fairly, I mean, I wouldn't say dark room. It's nicely lit, but I'm in a part that's a little more shadowy. And no light is coming down, so there we go, guys. That's the figure. Just the legs. Okay. If you ever wanted to know... Oh, boy. And I was never a fan of putting together figures with multiple parts. But more so, I never wanted to have one with, like, just a bunch of multiple parts, what I've said before. And the reason why I'm not giving much information about Kirito is because I've already done that before. And that was in the plush unboxing. But he is the main character. He ended up pretending to be the villain after the first boss, becoming a beater, being a beta tester and a cheater, to get the heat off of the other beta testers. And when I first watched it, I was like, but why would he do that? That makes no sense. And then a friend told me he wanted to make it look like he was the villain to get the heat off of the other beta testers, because if it was him or the beta testers, he would rather the heat than the beta testers who didn't deserve it, because somebody died in the fight. And when you die in Sword Art Online, you don't come back. You're dead in real life. Like that, you've got bad luck if you died in SAO. I feel so bad for the people who it was like their first video game. I started playing an app. It was like Integral Factor. And there's so many of the characters that they're just like, oh yeah, this is my first time playing. And I'm like, that's gotta stink. Like, the one character, I named her Hachi. And it was her first time ever playing a video game. And I was like, oh, Hachi. Oh, you poor, sweet, innocent girl. You don't even know what's about to happen. And right now I just have Kirito punching my leg. Literally just punching my leg so that I can take this part out. And this part is the swords. The sword in the sheath, which is connected with his hand. I'm hoping I do this right. But his hand is connected to the thing, which can slide off the sword, it looks like. So I'm nervous. I'm nervous that I'm going to do this wrong. Oh my god, I physically can't see how to put this hand in. Oh, there we go. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yes. Okay. Okay, we can look at this now. Oh, we're out of time. No, we're not. Yeah, we're at 14 minutes and like half of that's going to get cut off. Man, this is the most pieces. And like, oh shoot. The hardest that's going to keep in place figure I've ever owned. Cuz like look at that. The thing's just going to slide because it's not and that can fall out. That's my concern. It's like it can just fall off of the thing. That's the one thing I don't like about this figure. Either way though, what I do like about this figure is I never realized Kirito had a V-neck. Does he usually have a V-neck? That's interesting. He's got his jacket, of course, with all the details, which they sold the jacket before as a Halloween costume, but it's like $100. And that's a little too expensive for me. If I'm going to spend $100, I mean, I guess Halloween costume for Kirito would be great, but at the same time, like, I try to find probably anime figures on bargain or gaming stuff. You know, like, I have to balance, so. But yeah, he looks very good. My only complaint is that it just feels like functionally feels kind of weird. He's standing pretty well, and his legs do feel like his torso didn't feel heavy at all. But his legs are making this actually feel very heavy, and I'm very nervous holding this. You could probably also have the sword sit in the sheath if you really wanted to, but I think it would look a lot better if you just had it out. I'm not actually sure in that case. Wow, they gave him an Adam's apple. That is detail. They gave this man an Adam's apple. Wow. I don't know if you can take the sword out of the sheath. It doesn't really look like it, and it would make sense if it wasn't the full sword, since it did come like this. It looks like you might be able to... Actually, no, it doesn't. Okay, so it looks like you can only have it like that. But it's very nice. Very nice figure. You've got all the clothes wrinkles. I mean, it's Kirito. It's Kirito. It's all the stuff that we've mentioned with a anime figure. All in one. Honestly, the most detailed part is probably, other than the swords, because man, that looks so sleek. I love that. I kind of want one of the other characters holding their swords now, because that would be amazing. And I ordered this such a long time ago, so it's even more beautiful to see it now. But you've got the boots which have so much detail, like here, but like most of it, that's mostly where it is. And granted, while I do prefer having the I prefer female characters, just because their design is usually a lot more sleeker, but sometimes you can be simply complicated, and I feel like that's what they did with Kirito. That's kind of what I tried to do with Karavitz from Girl Cyclones, which, in a sort of way, I'd say Kirito was probably an accidental inspiration, just because I wanted to model that off anime, and this was the first anime that I've seen the full thing of. So, you know, there's that. But you've got the nice black jacket, you've got all the lines, just everything, and it's a really nice looking figure. Again, I've said this so many times, and I'm very tired, but so I do apologize about that. If you do want more information about Kirito, then make sure to check out those other SAO videos. I felt like it would be a little too repetitive to just keep going over that information. I've said most of it, so I did say a little bit, but I haven't really said much of anything. There is this one figure that oh my gosh, it was quite expensive. But it was Yui and Asuna sitting on a bed, and it was so adorable. And I'd love to get that figure, but as I said, it was so expensive that I don't think I could. I don't even know if I have room for Kirito, but for as little money that I paid for this, honestly, I'm extremely surprised at the quality. Either way, though, I'll see you guys in the next episode. So, keep it safe.